Hi everybody, I'm Ian and this is my 1995 E36 M3, and today we'll be talking a little bit about the highs and lows of being a car enthusiast in 2024. The world of being a car enthusiast has changed vastly over the last 4 or 5 years, so I'm going to walk you a little bit through my car enthusiast journey up to now, as well as what it might look like for the average car enthusiast in 2024. Let's do it. Alright, so story time. Picture this. You're 15 and your uncle shows up to your house with a 1969 Camaro. You've never driven a car before, and he takes you to an undeveloped housing suburb area where there's no houses but a ton of paved roads, and he puts you in the driver's seat. Little did you know this car makes a little under 400 horsepower, and little did you know there's something called a clutch pedal. So I was told, put that left pedal in. It's in first gear already, don't worry about that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna hold your right foot on the throttle, right about the 4,000 number, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna take your left foot and you're just gonna yank it off. That's all you're gonna do. So me, 15, sitting, in nice retrofitted leather bucket seats, I get the RPMs of 4,000, my left foot's on the clutch, and I'm just sitting there. And I'm just like, I don't really know what's gonna happen, but the car is literally shaking right now, and I like it a lot. My dad's crammed into the +2 back seats. They're both looking at me at 4,000 RPMs like, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? So I yanked my left foot out. The tire starts spinning and we go forward. I'm about to redline first gear and they're just yelling, clutch in, clutch in. So I slam the clutch pedal. We're all just laughing. I stall the car out and I try bringing it to a stop. I never made it to second gear. That's kind of stuck with me ever since. And so now, I'm here. Some of us may share similar experiences of getting in a car like that when you're young and your brain just wires a different way and you're changed. Other people, you might start by recognizing cars on the street. We're all at different paths on our journey. Some of us are collecting cars, we're retired, we're moving on. Some of us, my age, we're working, we get to the weekend, we got a 90s beauty like this right here, and we go for a nice drive. That's just kind of how I got jump started on this. Let's talk a little bit about what realistically it looks like going into 2024. And one thing that I find just so special about the car community is that it really is a community. And there's so many different niches and realms. Some of it gets more love than others. But overall, the car community is a community to a T. You can buy any kind of vehicle, show up to a track day, show up to a Cars and Coffee, and make a friend. You can start a conversation. The barrier to entry is so small, and the amount of warmth and growth and community and friendship and information that you will get and everything is massive. It's crazy. When I was getting older and I had money and I wanted to buy my first car, I bought a 1996 Mazda Miata, which I still own, and it's beautiful and I'm never gonna get rid of. Well, little did I know, the Miata community is just so big. Everywhere I'd see other Miatas, we'd blink their lights. I go to Miata only track days, I go to Miata only car shows, and just the amount of support and the love is it's amazing. And it made me love owning my car so much more because I could experience it with others and I could make friends and we go on drives and we all just get to share in that experience as well. Not to mention, if you're friends with people and you guys all own the same car, you guys own the best goddamn car on the planet. Whatever side of the car community you're on, German, whatever, JDM, whatever, old American muscle, if you're, a little older than I am, it's so amazing to be a part of. It's just such a community I couldn't imagine my life not having right now. All right. I gotta talk about it. I gotta get to some of the bad stuff. When you're a car enthusiast, there's a few not so great things you might do. And they're kind of rites of passage. You're probably gonna want to buy a car, and that car is probably a car you shouldn't own. And I know that's hard to hear and hard to understand, but you're gonna learn that lesson in your own time. It's gonna be a car, it's gonna be amazing, it's gonna be old. It's gonna have old car problems, and it's gonna be probably a money pit, depending on what you buy. I hate to break it to you, it's gonna happen if it hasn't already. This car that I'm sitting on, let's just say if this motor goes, that's not a problem I can solve. It's basically a rite of passage. You're gonna buy a car, it's gonna cost you a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of love. It just might not be the car for you. Regardless of age, if you got a budget, please just stick within that budget. And if you're cross-shopping and comparing enthusiast cars or just cool cars in general, a 2010 to 2020 vehicle is not the same to compare as a price to a 1980 to a 1999, 1995 vehicle. An 80s vehicle that costs 10 grand is not the same as a 2010 vehicle that costs 10 grand. Hey, those old RX-7s look sick as hell, pop-up headlights, you know, Porsche 944s, any two-door from the 80s, you know, the old 240s, the old Nissans, the old Datsuns. Please just don't buy it, please. Like, you're just not ready for it. Go find something used, go find something reliable, you know, Civics, Miatas, first generation BRZs are pretty fun. V6 American muscle cars. There's so much you can't go wrong with. Please don't go too old. I don't know how to say that. You're gonna be looking on Facebook Marketplace, you're gonna be looking wherever, and you're gonna see a car and it's amazing. And you're just gonna think to yourself right away, I can daily drive that car. No, you can't. No, you really can't. And I'm sorry to have to tell you that, but you can't. It's a rite of passage. Welcome. You're gonna do it. It's gonna be fun. You'll tell that story one day. I daily a drift car for 2 years. It hurts my back nowadays. I'm still young, but I did it. And you know, you're gonna do it too. And we're all gonna have some amazing photos to remember those days by. There's a difference between a daily driver and a project car. There's also a difference between a daily driver and a track car. And please, just please play it safe. That's all I'm saying. So, another kind of reality of being a car enthusiast in 2024, the car market is a little bit crazy. You know, there's tons of jokes about, I know what I got on Facebook, stuff like that, but it's kind of true these days. So those 90s platforms, those early 2000 platforms that are just amazing, you know, like S chassis now, the drift tax, anything JDM is gonna be a little bit tougher to find from these youngins like me. S2000s are going for $20,000. RX-7s, FDs are going for $20,000. So those kind of legends, those like 90s icon vehicles are getting into a little bit of the unattainable range for, you know, a summer car, weekend driver, you know, a track car. And so what I think is really important to know is if you're in the market for a project car, just an enthusiast car, a daily driver, whatever it is, it's a little crazy now. Finding a good example of an older vehicle is just getting harder and harder to do. People are asking a lot more money than they used to. There's a reason people say Miata is always the answer. People used to joke about buying their third Miata for $500 or $1,000. These days, you know, finding a decent condition Miata with little to no rust is gonna run you at least $5,000. So that's kind of why a lot of people who are looking for a nicer enthusiast car are sometimes pushed a little bit above that asking price for, you know, 20-year-old vehicles for a new car. So I think it's really important to understand what you might want in a new car, what you might want in a new vehicle just to you going into 2024. So be realistic with your goals, be realistic with your budget, please. More importantly, just drive the hell out of it and just have a good time. So no matter where you kind of fall on that sliding scale of, you know, junky 25-year-old vehicle to a brand new 2023 Porsche, just really know your limit and know your budget and know what you really want to use that car for. Because you can always go buy a used 2010 Honda Civic that'll go for 500,000 miles and use that extra cash to pick up a project. That being said, not everybody has the bandwidth or the budget to handle two cars. You know, regardless of what car you're getting into, just make sure you have the resources around you and the bandwidth to take care of yourself and that vehicle. So whether you've been a self-proclaimed car enthusiast for the last 45 years or you're 15 winning that driver's license, I hope you enjoyed a little bit about this. If you're deep in it, you know what I've been talking about. If you're easing into it, you're buying that first car, you're scouting for a purchase, you know, get ready for constant repairs if it's older, get ready for a money pit, get ready to enjoy the car. Please, please, please go to a track day. If you're in the New England area, I'm in Massachusetts, I highly recommend Mass Tuning for your track days. They have been so amazing to me and they have taught me so much, and the community is so amazing to be a part of. When I rebuild my Miata engine, Armin, I will be back out there. But as always, thank you guys so much for the support. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed looking at my old E36 M3 for a little bit. So thank you so much.